So it's Monday morning and I got up at the crack of dawn this morning because I crashed out so early last night. And this whole week I have off work and I'm going to be working down in Fort William for the World Cup. And I'm going to be helping with the course setup, which is quite exciting. So I'm just on the road to Fort Bill, stuck behind some traffic. Not looking good for my breakfast plan in McDonald's. I was about 5 minutes late for work on Monday. It wasn't too bad, and nobody really minded. I actually signed up for this job not realising it was volunteer work. But by the time I realised, I'd already had the time off work in my current job, and the schedule was done for the week. So I decided to go ahead and work for the 8 days I'd committed. The work was super hard work and the weather was so hot. We had to move poles up and down the hill, hammer them into the ground and then tape them ready for the race at the weekend. So tough was the work that I was always sure to reward myself in the evening with a healthy dinner. So that's day one of the World Cup prep underway. Pretty knackered, pretty burnt, and I'm about to visit the best thing that Fort William Town Centre has to offer. This genuinely is one of the best Wetherspoons that I've ever visited. That night I got my campsite set up, complete with tarp and hammock. Another cracking day in Fort Bill. Some flags up. Plenty of Mercs in the car park. A few brands showing up. Mungo Canyon in here as well. They've definitely got the coolest vehicle. In an effort to mix up the track for 2018, we were tasked with digging an alternative line of approach before the big Doon Road gap. However, the UCI officials weren't a fan and it never got used, unfortunately. I love volunteering. On the plus side, I had no doubt that I'd earned my burger for that evening. Loving it, Finlay. Yeah. Meanwhile, the bosses... Just kidding. I know these boys had some important things to discuss. Taping's coming along nicely. Yeah. Just done the new bit of the course over here. This is the bit that didn't actually get used. Looks pretty interesting. You're totally rocking it, James. Oh Lord, won't you buy me? I actually prefer Canyon Spectrum myself. How's it going, boss?
It's all going very well, Anita.
Good. Where are we on the ice creams?
Water there.
Aww. So, the second best thing about Fort William Town Centre. I am a bit partial to McDonald's. Yes. It's a labradoodle. The Highland Trail guys were actually passing through Fort William that night. So this was me in between interviews, which you can find on my channel. Oh yeah. Trek Factory Racing arrived.
There is two lines.
Day 3, the course was really taking shape and we had to finish the taping of the top section of the course with the Shimano tape.
The only thing that I could really think that you guys need to do is tidy up some tools. There's just like things lying around the side of the track.
And as James Boy mentioned, tidy up some tools.
I've got this far.
Hey Finlay,
What?
what's taping you so long? We ran out of tape at one point, but it was okay. Jamesy Boy had a plan. Yeah. We prayed to the tape gods, and they were merciful. So this was day 3 for us, working in the blistering heat, walking up and down the hill, taping stuff, moving stuff. It was really getting pretty hard and tough going for me. I soon forgot about how tired I was when I was eating my burger and Wetherspoons and Neil and Blake sat down at a table next to me from GMBN. So chuffed. The next morning, day 4, I found myself on standby, so I thought it would be best to put that downtime to good use by practising some drops in the skills park next to where I was camping. So, latest delivery at Fort William World Cup. Beer. I also had a wee nose around the village to see what was happening. Trek Factory racing tent a little bit deflated, but it's not reflective of the team. Oh, and I also took it upon myself to annoy some crew members who were actually working.
We're going to have a permanent queue.
Hey guys. How's it going? Are you on car park duties?
Yes.
How's it going?
Well, we're parking things.
Pretty busy.
Not too bad at the moment, it'll get worse later. Once we run out of car park.
Is car parking a good stint?
Sorry?
Do you think car parking is a good stint for marshals?
It's not bad.
Definitely feeling like I
So you
interrupted
get
something here.
Yeah.
Lucky for them, I soon had something to do. I've just been delegated a task by Colin to finish taping something and fettle the spectator path. It's basically gardening, so people don't scratch their arms and legs. So hopefully that's going to close. Yes. And we can cruise. Like a curled spring, I sprung into action. So we made it up to the Scotland Arch. A wee bit of taping. Now we're waiting for tools to clear the spectator path. Greg Minar and G. Atherton are lurking in the background here. That's of course PP just done. Next on the cards was my kind of crew meeting. Then it was back to the crew tent to drop off the radio before chilling out before the 4-cross practice. I wish I could just pitch my hammock at the 4-cross somewhere, just relax in it while the race goes on. Despite my tiredness, I made it over to the 4-cross practice to Marshall. It was really cool watching all the guys and girls sending the jumps. After the 4-cross was done, I also made out for a wee bicycle ride with some of the other crew members from up north. So it's another beautiful morning. It might not stay beautiful today or tomorrow, which is a shame. But yeah, so I've been tasked with doing a track walk before practice starts, hopefully. Although I'm a bit concerned that it's not going to give enough time. But I'm in the gondola at 7:15 and I'm armed with plenty of Shimano and Mercedes tape and a mallet. And just going to fix anything that's fallen over the night, if there's any pulls or whatever. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing after that. But it's looking fine. Hanging out at the wall at the top. Ooh, alright. Went for a wee pee-pee in the bushes there with my high-vis vest on. Not sure how much sense that made. Whoever's marshalling here isn't going to go hungry. Okay, that's day 5, almost wrapped up. Things in the village are looking ace. Tons and tons of shops and brands represented, and tons of folks floating about. The 4-cross practice is just finishing now, which means I can go and have some dinner.
We'll let you know.
And yeah, it's been wicked. I got to put loads of timing. I got to put all the timing chips on the riders for practice for the downhill today, which was really cool. Except my phone was completely dead, so I didn't get any pictures. I got one picture. The first person whose timing chip, the first rider whose timing chip I popped on was Aaron Gwynn, so that was quite cool because he's probably one of 3 riders that I actually am familiar with and will recognise. Everyone else, don't have a clue. I'm so new to the sport, so a bit of a I don't have a clue basically, which I think is a good thing because when I do have a clue I do get a bit starstruck. Like when I met the GMBN guys the other night, I was so not cool. So in a way I'm kind of glad I'm not going to make a dick out of myself out of anyone else now that I've met them and now that I've had one interaction with Aaron Gwynn, so that's cool. So, time for dinner! It's a beautiful Saturday morning at the World Cup to be on taping duty. Genuinely, I'm really chuffed. Got the gondola up, walking down, making sure tape is intact, and everything is taped up. Had to say it. Just helped evacuate a casualty from the motorway. Colin Alden, the boy, he is the man behind all the action, the martial action at the moment, and he's doing an amazing job. What have I done today? Put up some wind tunnels, distributed timing sheets to all the marshals. That was quite cool, got to speak to them all and help evacuate the casualty. Now I'm just going to go recover my bike, which I just abandoned. Somewhere over there you can see the handlebars. No one's going to steal my bike here. A wee fat bike, hardtail, so I don't really care about ditching it around. Alright, I wonder what the next task is. I checked out the 4-cross racing just before the rain started to come on in force. The 4-cross spectating situation has changed somewhat.
Understatement.
We're back in Scotland basically. The Mediterranean vibe has somewhat diminished. There's a whole lot of Gore-Tex and umbrellas coming into play, but spirits are still high. That's the main thing. I bumped into some of the boys from Inverness here too, which was cool. The rain's just started and suddenly Neil's everyone's best friend.
Lanky 6.
I'm really glad I remembered my poncho and crew jacket for the 4-cross given the weather. Some kind of monsoon rain. Everyone is running. Man. I'm feeling like my hair day yesterday was actually pretty good now. Boobies! An example of a crew who remembered their ponchos. Well done, girls. What an athlete. So entering the crew tent is a bit of a dicey experience given that it's like a waterfall in front of the door. Well, Port William's not so sunny anymore, but still rocking the shades. That's just part of my policy. I'm really glad the organisers really thought of everything because ponchos for the staff accommodate helmets, which I think just shows really good attention to detail. Just take a wee cruise over here. The 4-cross prizes are going on, but not many people care if it's raining. Obviously they care, but they also care about being dry and warm and comfortable.
Winner of the 4-cross Pro Tour here at Fort William from Sweden, Felix Beckman!
Yeah, go Felix! Despite the rain on the final run. Well done. By the time race day arrived, really everything was pretty well organised and the hard work had been done. There were a few bits of small things to sort out, like fixing spectator cabs that were boggy and fixing some tape and poles. But overall, everything was pretty good. Got to see some of the racing from the road gap there. There's Henri Pierron on his winning race. Also got to hang out in Heckler's Corner, which was so much fun.
Have some pre-noise.
Danny go! Danny go! Danny go!
This is it, last rider, guys!
These guys absolutely cracked me up. And once the racing finished, our real work started that day, cleaning up after everyone. It was really hard work. I was super tired by the end of it. But overall, had a good time and it was really cool to be behind the scenes of this awesome event.